Hey guys, welcome to Coding After 30. Hope you guys doing amazing. Say hello in the comments. Let me know if my audio is working, if you guys could hear me well or not at all. But I'm excited to be here to have an amazing chat with you guys. Hope you guys are doing great, and we're gonna have a lot of fun today. I want to talk about what kind of projects should you be building for your portfolio if you want to get hired. And let me know in the comments if you guys build some projects. If you want me to online to go and take a look at your projects and give you a review, we could definitely do that as well. So you could literally send me the link in the description or on Discord, and we could talk about it. And I just want to check my phone quickly because I might have a surprise guest for you guys today. Might. We will see how it happens. If we could make it work. If not, it's okay because I have plenty to talk about, as you guys know. And Adrian's was waiting for this. Hey, thanks for waiting. Now you're here. Now we're live. Alex is here. Can't wait to this to start. Also waiting. Well, I hope you guys are here now. I see a bunch of likes already coming in. And we're going to give more time for people to join before jumping on. But again, let me know in the comments if things are working great. If you guys could see me, if you guys could hear me, if the music's not too loud, if my face is showing up. Let me know all those good things. And we will go from there. But great to have you guys here. So basically, the whole point of this channel is to talk about my journey, how I went and became a web developer, switching careers late in life, yada, yada, yada. And the point is that it wasn't easy for me. And I just want to be honest with all of you guys to tell you the truth of how things are hard, how it takes a lot of work. But it's definitely possible because I've now seen people in my Slack channel who are getting interviews, and one of them was able to land a job, which is exciting for me because the fact that it's not just me who accomplished this, is that other regular people just like you are starting to make those accomplishments. So in today's video, I did want to talk about this idea of portfolios, talk about what should you build. Is there like a good or bad portfolio, or can you just put whatever you like into your portfolio? So that's what we're going to talk about. So don't be shy. Say hello in the comments. I was going to say description below. There is no description below. Just say hello in the comments and let me know how you guys do. Let me know if you guys could hear me. But in today's video, we're going to talk about project portfolios. We're going to go over some stuff, and I will wait a few minutes before jumping into it while you guys are jumping in to into the stream. And by the way, I went on my YouTube channel. I did like a little poll because I want to add another time for all of us to hang out. And I want to make sure that I'm bringing you value that's not just outside from the standpoint of me talking, but also something that allows you to basically get involved with code and all this other stuff. And so I did a poll for the second stream. Right, I did a poll for the second stream. Let me turn down my mic. I think it's a bit loud. Hey, what's up, DJ Norris? How you doing? You, my first viewer for tonight. No, I'm sure. Like, there's a couple of you guys that are in here. But anyway, I hope you're doing good. I'm in the process of actually working through the edit of the video that you and I done on Shopify and freelancing, and I will definitely let everybody know what sits out. Logic's great to see you here. And let me put DJ Norris says, what's up, everybody? So anyway, I want to talk in this video, like for web development, what kind of portfolio you guys should have, what projects should you build. But before getting into that, while you're still jumping out to the stream, is I'm going to do another stream on Tuesdays because I figured that, you know, outside of me just talking, I want to give you more value, and I want to make sure that we have another live stream where it's all about coding. Like, basically, I'm going to be going over the projects that I'm building. I'm going to be showing you my code, talking about my code, whatever, you know, things I'm working, what tech I'm using. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for all of you guys to ask questions, but more importantly, see me suffer in developing things, because at the end of the day, there's no such a thing where someone sits down and they just knock bunch of stuff out and they have a project, right? It takes time, it takes work, it takes trial and error, and there's definitely a lot of bugs that you have to sit and figure out. And I think it's going to be nice to have a live stream where you could see that in action to get a more realistic approach of what is going on and what is happening. But also I want to do that because if you guys have some suggestions, I'd love to hear from you guys. But anyway, I did a poll, which times are better for Tuesday night. And let me share my screen for a second. And a lot of you guys decided that, 8 p.m. is a better time. And this was making me wonder, is like later night, like a 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. for this stream a better time? I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys think that even for this stream, 6 p.m. is too early. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. So I am going to start that Party Project Tuesday. We're going to most likely do it on Tuesday. I'm not going to do as late as 8. I'm going to try to probably do 7 because 8 is a little bit too late where I live. Now we have thin walls and we have kids sleeping in another room from my neighbors, so I don't want to keep them awake. But it seems that the later time seems to be a little bit better. And let me know, maybe this should be, whoa, I'm zooming in. I'm doing all these weird things here. Maybe for this stream, 7 p.m. would be better, but I'll keep it at 6 for now and we go from there. So in today's video, I just want to talk about what are the best project ideas for you guys to make. I want to look at some Google articles to kind of see what they're recommending and give you my 2 cents, which could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong in giving my advice of what you guys should build, and it's probably going to be like, you guys can be like, what is he talking about? But anyway, we could jump into it, and I could always come back to it as you guys are joining us on this beautiful, fine evening on Saturday. And again, it doesn't matter how many people we have here. I'm still going to do my thing. I'm still going to tell you guys about what you should be doing because I know a lot of you guys come check out these streams afterwards anyway. So without any ado, we're going to take a look at some things. And I just randomly looked up at some articles, and a good resource. And before we do that, let me look at, I like this time, but I'm not your intended audience since I'm already going with my career. Listen, DJ Norris, the truth is, it's like you might not be, you might already have a job. You might not be my intended audience. But the point is, it's like time-wise, is that the best time for you? You know what I'm saying? Because some people have kids. Maybe, I don't know what time you guys finish dinner. Like in my household, we actually have dinner around this time. So every Saturday, I actually skip dinner because we start dinner at 5:30. And maybe 7 or 7:30 is like a more appropriate time. But, to me, it doesn't matter. I want to do something that makes sense for all of you guys, not just me. So I will do whatever we have to do. But with that being said, I want to kind of jump in and start talking about different projects, ideas. And I just randomly looked up some stuff to kind of see. So we'll start and I'll kind of jump back and forth. But, guys, if you're in the comments and want to talk about and have a topic or a burning question that you want to answer for, let me know in the comments, because the point of this is I want to really engage with you guys and talk with you guys about the issues that you're having, because most importantly, the point of this channel is to help everybody make that jump, get their career, or switch to a better career late in life, early in life, or later in life, whatever you guys are doing. And also, let me know where you guys from. Let me know what projects you're working on. Let me know what's up with you guys and your reason to wanting to switch careers. But in the meantime, I'm going to start going through some of these articles that I found. And there's a lot of different articles that give different advice, and who knows, every advice might be right to the right listener, but in my case, I'm going to definitely give you my thoughts and my opinion. So we're talking about today about what is the best portfolio project to include in your portfolio to get you guys hired, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. So I'm going to share my screen here, jump into it. So here I went on Free Code Camp, found this article, and this is about, look, my face is moving around. I could move it anywhere. It's like, oh, that's fantastic. Magic. 5 coding projects you should include in your front-end portfolio. And let's take a look what they say. 5 projects to include in your front-end portfolio. A portfolio is a great way to show off your skill for potential employers, and especially helpful for entry-level developers who might not have any professional experience. So that's a really, I love that opening statement, because the truth is, when you're starting out, if you don't have a college degree, you're looking to break into a new field, a proof of work that you're able to show that you know what you're doing is your portfolio, right? If you don't have a portfolio that you could show or talk about in some sort of comfortable way that showcases that you know what you're doing, then it's going to be very difficult to get a job. Now, for me, working almost my going to my 2.5 year of work, my resume start in terms of my work experience to start to speak louder than my portfolio because I've already been working. But in reality, for those of you starting out, having a portfolio is super important. And let's talk about it. Let's see what kind of stuff you should have in portfolio. So let's continue with this article, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents of all the things you need to do. Do you ever have to listen to me? No, you don't. But I do talk to a lot of people, and everybody has the same consensus: is once you have a plan of action that you are able to jump onto and commit to, and you do a little bit every day or a lot every day, you're going to get there. But let's come back to this article and kind of jump in, see what else you say. So, yep, portfolio is a great way to show off your skill. But however, you might have problem you might have when building a portfolio is knowing what to include in it. And this is a simple idea. And I like this because you guys like right to the point. Build a portfolio website. And now you know that most of you guys to tell you for your first portfolio website, just buy a theme, set it up so you have a placeholder. But then you could make a portfolio website. And in my idea, in my sense, a portfolio website is basically like a simple blog. Then they also say you could clone a website, which is good, that I'll talk about it. And it's kind of the same project that we did on Netlify, where basically we all cloned the website. And cloning a website to create a pixel perfect is a great way to showcase your HTML and CSS skills, and I think it's an amazing way to do. The one part that I really love, and this would definitely be your third kind of decisive factor when you're building an application for your portfolio, you need to have basic CRUD application. Create, read, update, delete, and that'll basically be connected to an API connected website. It doesn't have to include all the CRUD functionalities. Like for instance, you could have a weather application. Not saying that you should, unless it's like very awesome. But let's say you have a weather application, you're using the read function from the CRUD. You're getting the data, like you type in the state and it'll return the weather for the data. So like, yeah, connecting to API is great. Having CRUD is great. A perfect score website, I'm not sure what she means by that, so we'll look into that. And she says, no, this doesn't mean you have to build all these projects. The list is to provide you with some ideas. So she starts with talking about build a portfolio site. In my case, when it comes to building a portfolio site, when you're starting out, you could build a portfolio site, but don't think of it as a portfolio site that, how should I say it? Like, I don't think you should build a portfolio site as your first basic thing. And the reason for that is because, like, you don't know enough. So building a portfolio site yourself, it's not going to be good. It's probably going to be broken. You have to learn a little bit. So we'll come back to this. So I always recommend to people, and since we're on this train here, let me go paul.braslovsky.com here. Did I spell my name right? So I just bought a theme. And so basically what I suggest for you guys to do is to buy a theme for your initial portfolio, have your basic information, your contact information and stuff like that. And then more importantly, what I want you guys to focus on is, talk about the skills, the things that you're learning, have your resume as you get experience. And this could be talked about the projects that you're building. And don't worry if you don't have all of it. Have basic ways for someone to contact you. Notice I don't have a portfolio site here, and that's okay, because as you build your portfolio projects, you could add them into the loop here, and you could kind of showcase them. So for your first, portfolio piece, make sure you guys just use a theme. And by the way, if you haven't smashed the like button, smash the like button so you can have more people checking out this amazing, well, I don't know if it's going to be an amazing stream, but anyway, but we're talking about building portfolios for projects. So she recommends building a portfolio website, and I would say yes, but not as your main portfolio site. It could be a portfolio piece in your portfolio project. Let's see what else she recommends here. She talks about little details. Build a clone website. So this is kind of like what I would say you start with first. And damn, I'm zooming in too much. I don't even know how the zoom in works on my computer. Okay, very good. So she says build a clone website. And that's kind of like what we did here on Netlify in our projects that I recommend people build, first. Like if you want to get, and by the way, if you want to get into web development, right, you want to make sure. Let me back up here before we get too crazy into talking about here. Now, you got to decide what technology you're going to use to build your portfolio with, right? You got to understand, are you going to be a Python developer with Django, which is one path? Are you going to be a React developer with JavaScript, which is one path? Are you going to be a C# developer, which is one path? So do not do all of those paths. Or you're going to be a PHP and Laravel developer. Again, don't do all those paths together. Like, I'm today going to talk in the context you want to become a developer in as a web developer. I'm going to talk in the context of those technologies that you have to learn, and mostly I'm going to talk about how I did it, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and that's how I got my first job. So that's what we're going to talk in context. We're going to look at some different articles. I'm going to give you some opinions. And what I would say in the most simplest way, and let me log into my Netlify here so I could show you. Do I sign up? I don't want to sign up already. I'm already signed up to Netlify. So what I'm going to say, guys, here. No, I don't know what buttons I'm pushing. You guys, I don't know how to use a computer weirdly. I'm trying to find my portfolios section in Netlify. And basically I want to show you like the first example of a portfolio where you basically find a website and you clone the website. And in this case, basically I did a challenge for everybody in our Slack channel, and I showed them a link to this particular site. This happens to be the site that we recreated, but this is an actual site that exists, right? And so if you're learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and eventually React, break it down to these steps. Number one, be able to create a pixel perfect, or as closely as you're able to, where you're able to take a website, and this is a website that exists on ThemeForest, and this was a challenge for everybody in my Slack channel and now in Discord channel, is that take that website and see if you could recreate it yourself with HTML and CSS. That should be your step one, because you need the ability to be able to recreate websites. So that's what we did. We created a very simple HTML and CSS website. We recreated it, and that should be your first portfolio project that you do, because this is going to show you that you're able to, do HTML and CSS, which you can't do web development if you are not able to do that. That's just the point. So build a clone website, and if you're starting out, just focus on HTML and CSS. And the second part of that would be adding JavaScript functionality to the project. So your first goal is to build an HTML and CSS website that's a clone of an existing website. And the reason why I tell you to make a clone and why I agree with this article that we're reading at is because when you're working as a web developer, you're not a web designer, you're a web developer, you're going to have someone come in and they are going to show you a mock-up. It could be Photoshop, it could be in Figma, Adobe XD, whatever it is, and your job is going to be take that mock-up and recreate it yourself, right? That's your job. That's why having the skill to be able to recreate a project, you guys should be able to do that with Pixel Perfect. And this is something that I recommend to all my students who are in our Slack channel, Discord channel. This is where you start. Create a basic HTML and CSS website. You don't have to pull any data from anywhere. You just hard code this, make sure that it looks good. And the most important part here is that you're able to take a design and translate it into HTML and CSS. And that's what we kind of did here, right? We created a simple HTML and CSS website. And then the next step would be for you guys to add some JavaScript. Maybe it could be, JavaScript opening a menu, maybe like some sort of scroll effect or what have you. And so that's what you guys could do. So moving on to the article, let's take a look, and let me look. And guys, don't be shy. Say hello in the comments, ask me questions, because I definitely want to spend more time answering your questions, chatting with you guys. And so we have Jose saying hello. What's up, Paul? Hey, Jose, glad that you were able to make it to the stream. And guys, I want to chat with you. Definitely put stuff in the chat. I want to talk to you guys. Come on, like, don't be shy. Like, the point is, like, this is all for us to grow and move forward. So moving on. So I agree with that. Building a clone website, being able to showcase your HTML and CSS knowledge. Now, by the way, I wouldn't do like a landing page for Google, right? I know Jay just put a picture randomly. I would do a full-fledged website. Now here they recommend build a CRUD application next. I think that's a little bit complex. What I would say is go with where she said step 4, build an API connected website. And this is a great second project for you. So after you build your HTML and CSS and JavaScript website, a basic site like I demonstrated here, right? Then next step, you want to go ahead and build something that utilizes a API to fetch some data. You don't have to do the CRUD. Right now, you just want to learn the basics. And this is kind of like an app that I did a while ago. This is in React. And this is kind of going back off her article, what she's saying. I just want to show an example of an API app. And basically what this allows me to do, it pulls data right from the GitHub API. It shows the repos based on the language I select. And more importantly, I can go ahead and I could compare, GitHub. So we also have this amazing flashlight to give dark mode because everybody likes dark mode. But most importantly, what I could do, I could go to battle and I could select people, and I'm going to use myself because no one's going to get offended. And I'm just going to say submit Paul Braslavsky and then A, submit. Apparently A has the thing. I bet A has an amazing GitHub profile, so he's going to win. So look, this is basic application of utilizing API. Oh my God, A is phenomenal. I kind of knew that. He has a lot more followers than I am. And more importantly, his score blows mine out of the water. But whatever. But the point that I'm trying to say, this is a great example of an application where I'm using like JavaScript and React to connect to an API, and this is a great starting point to learn how to work with API. So let's come back to her article. So based on her article, she's, let's kind of scroll up here a little bit. Number 1, she said, build a portfolio website. For me, you know where I stand with this. Buy a portfolio theme like I did here. So you have a landing page for your website. Don't build it from scratch, right? So that I don't agree with her. But I do agree that your first website should be a clone of an existing website that showcases that you're able to showcase your HTML, CSS. I disagree with the fact that she's talking about a CRUD application. Maybe her steps are not in order, but I would build a API connected website, kind of like I just demonstrated here with our Git Battle website, which pulls basic data from the Git API and showcases it here, which is amazing. And so that's the next ideal step. And again, I'm just kind of talking about her article here, but then I'll give you at the end, after we go through all of this stuff, I'll give you my opinion on what you should do and what I recommend for people in our Slack and Discord channel. A perfect score website. Oh, yeah, I like that. I see what she means by this now. So what she means here, build a website where you understand, the performance. I don't know what I'm doing, like accessibility. So there's a Google tool that you go in your browser settings that will show you your performance score, your accessibility, your best practice, and SEO. And I think that's a good idea. I never thought about that until reading this article right now. But the whole point that she's saying is build an application. When you run the performance test, you're able to get hundreds across the board, because this kind of shows you that you understand the best practices, you understand accessibility, you understand that websites, especially forward-facing websites for companies, need to have good SEO, and you should be familiar with all of that, when you're doing it. So, did I do this yet? No, I did not, but I could always go back and see the websites that I did build, run the test, and see if I need to fix anything. And in conclusion, so there you have it, 5 projects you can include in your front-end portfolio. Also, they don't have to be separate projects. You could create a perfect score clone website with CRUD application that uses an API or gets data from a JSON file. So if you guys have any questions, let me know what you guys think, and let me come back. Let's see some questions in the chat. And we have DJ Norris with an amazing question. What is your favorite beginner-friendly debugging tool? I like Chrome. I really like Chrome, and I've learned that you could connect your Chrome with VS Code, and then when you do debug code, and maybe if you have time, I could kind of showcase for you, you could very easily do bug fixing using your Chrome browser, where you could see the errors and the line of code where you're making it, not in VS Code, but actually in your browser. And then when you go next step, and you iterate through your code via breakpoints. You see exactly where you're getting stuck, and it's very convenient, very nice. So that's my number one choice. And for beginners, that's where all of you guys should start. So that article was great. We'll come back to it. And guys, ask some more questions, because it'll be amazing if we have a conversation with you guys. So I want to talk to you guys. If you have a portfolio you want to share, you could let me know here in the comments, and let me actually put our Discord link. So if you're not part of our amazing Discord channel, you could go ahead and join. And if you do have a portfolio that you want me to take a look at right now, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I love you guys so much that I'm willing to do whatever we need to do on the stream to help you guys out. So if you have a portfolio or a project idea or your resume or anything you want to look at, send me a link here or go on this Discord, hit the invite link, join our Discord, and then send me a link on Discord and we'll take a look at it. But for now, let's move on to another article here. And then this is more for, I'm just looking at this article, and this is more for web designers, so it's completely irrelevant for us. So I'm not even going to show this here because I am more interested in, I am going to show it to you guys, because then, like, if you read this article, right? You read this article and you're like, do all these things, and you go to get a job as a web developer, and you're like, why nobody's hiring me? That's because you did a great portfolio for web design, and web development and web design are two different things. So this is, if you need a job to get, I don't know why she said 8%, I guess because it's projects that she built for fictional places, but this is for web design. So if you want to be a web developer, in my case, these portfolio projects are not going to help you. She talks about, building a dream client site as a web developer. That makes sense. Okay. For a local business, that makes sense. Improved mobile products UX. Yeah, I guess so far we're good. A stock theme for WordPress. I guess she has some good ideas, but I wouldn't build any of these things in terms of context of what I want to do. And I'll tell you what I recommend for people to do. But ultimately, a complete branding package. Obviously, makes no sense for a developer unless you're a freelancer and you do combinations of you're a web designer and web developer. But for our case, understanding SEO-friendly web design, keyword search, optimization, social media. That's what a web designer is going to be responsible for. As a web developer, none of those things I have to worry about, because all that stuff is basically told to me. They're like, this is how we want you to make the website. Here's a mock-up. These are the things you have to think in mind. And I just code the thing. Add your own twist and icon sets, and obviously for design. So 365 design project, I don't even know what that is. Redesign newsletter template. This is all design oriented. As a web developer, this is irrelevant for you, so don't worry about it. So I'm just gonna close this out and skip through this. So let's take a look at this. Another great article. 10 exciting web development projects for your portfolio. And then I'm gonna tell you what I feel. But before we do that, because I see you guys throwing some great questions, let me look at some beautiful, wonderful questions that you guys are asking, because I want to talk to you guys. I'm really lonely. I am. And when you guys talk to me, it makes me feel good. That came out so creepy. I'll come back to you, Big Bitch 420. Love that name, by the way. Murai asks, Netlify versus Heroku. And I think it depends on your use case. So here's an example. I have an application that has a front end and a back end. My front end I host on Netlify, and my back end is hosted on Heroku. And because Netlify is a great place to host your React applications, and Heroku gives you some additional functionality where you could, in my case, I'm hosting my backend with Postgres SQL database. So it really depends on your use case. I wouldn't just say one is better than the other. In my case, for all my front-end applications, I use Netlify, and for my back-end applications, I use Heroku. For now, for me, that's working. When it stops working, in my case, I will let you know and let you know what's a better place of doing it. There's also some self-hosting solutions where you control everything, which to me, when you're starting out and you're learning, makes no sense to do at the moment. big bitch for 20. You use Google, Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge on your computer to make sure your project looks good in all browsers. You know, that's a great question. For me, when I start building projects, I literally aim at Google and Firefox at the moment because, and in most cases, like I'm building a project that I want to show some sort of complex like JavaScript, functionality, or building a React application. So not to waste time with CSS and HTML, I basically use either Bootstrap, React Bootstrap, or Material UI. And that makes sense that your application looks nice in whatever browser you choose. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn HTML and CSS. I'm saying you should. And that's why I showed you that original project. That's why I showed you this project where learn basic HTML and CSS, be able to duplicate an existing website. But once you know HTML and CSS, once you start building more complex projects where you're looking to build a CRUD application, you start using libraries that are available to you, and also being able to use Bootstrap, being able to do, be familiar with Material UI, like the big one, especially if you're in the React space, is very important, because at the end of the day, like the current project that I'm working, it's for a small financial company. And when I say small, they have a small development team. They don't want people to recreate the wheel. So we use Bootstrap to be quickly to create the general outline, and then we customize it based on the UI designer expectation. So that's what I do. I hope that answered your question. But there are certain companies, like I'll give you an example. We talk about, do you use Google, Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge all at the same time? So basically, like whatever company I work for, they'll literally tell you this needs to work in Firefox and Chrome. And so those are the two browsers that we use. They'll say, we don't care about Internet Explorer, so I don't bother with Internet Explorer. So the question, and to answer that question, is basically what the requirement is. That's what I would use for testing. But thank you for the question. It's an amazing question. And we have ZP joining. Hello, I'm here just watching while eating sushi and takeout. Now you made everybody jealous because you're eating sushi and I'm not. But the good thing is I have my magic coffee. And the magic part of it is that this is not the thing I'm drinking. I already finished it, but I poured more coffee that I made at home. And it's so good. But not as good as the sushi you're eating. Anyway, so that's the thing. By the way, guys, smash the like button, ask more questions. Let's have a chat going. If you have a portfolio you want me to review, join Discord. I put a link in the description. I'll do it again. And then once you guys do that, either post a link here or post the link in Discord, and we're going to talk about it. So we're working through projects, and right now I'm just looking at random projects about web development ideas for your project, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents and what I really recommend. And let's see, Hamza, please review my portfolio. I think I do have your link, but can you send me another link on Slack one more time? I'll join in Slack right now to take a look, but I will take a look at your portfolio. I'm going to be honest, though, with all of you guys, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I just want to say that. So if you guys still want me to look at your portfolio, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna give you my real, unbiased. I love you guys, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, right? So I will give you, my unbiased thing that I'm gonna tell you. And let me look. Let's see. And I have some portfolios of my students, not students, whatever, like people that I coach. They actually do all the work, so I can't even take credit for their stuff. But I will show you some of their portfolios when I get their permission. But Hamza, send me a link on Discord or Slack. I think you're in our Slack channel. I'm so bad with everything. And I will take a look at it. If you haven't joined the Discord, I put a link in Discord, or put a link here. I think you... But I'm sure I have it. Let me search here. Sorry, I don't know how you search. Yes, Hamza, you are in our Slack, and I remember you showing us stuff. Okay, I have your resume, and let's see and I do have your portfolio. Yes. Looks nice. Looks really good. So yeah, I'll definitely share it in just a moment, and we could talk about it. And I looked at your portfolio a while ago, so this will be nice to look at it again. So we'll do that, Hamza. I found it. We're going to do it in just a little bit. Let me just take a look here. And let me look at the questions here. And we're going to do that right now. Just making sure, blah, 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 blah. Not missing out. Anyway, I'll come back to this article in just a second. But let me answer some more questions. Then we take a look at Hamza's portfolio. I think that's going to be very, very good for us to do. And then I'm going to give my 2 cents. I'm going to be honest with all of you guys. And when I took down a lot of my projects from my portfolio because I wasn't satisfied with them. Just to kind of let you know that I tried to hold myself to ridiculously stupid high standards. There's nothing wrong with that. It's really hard though, because you just never feel you're making stuff good enough. So with that being said, whatever you put in your portfolio, it's amazing because most people don't have a portfolio. But once you build 3-4 projects, you then have to raise your bar of the quality of projects you're building. And I'll also show you some of the projects that I'm working here. And yes, we will look at Hamza's portfolio in just a moment. Let me just see what Yusuf's saying. As a hired web developer, how many clients do you work for? Do you work every day? What are the kind of work you do for clients? You work on complex stuff. So I work for basically one company. It's a financial company, and they're building a new project to complement their bigger project. And that's what I'm working on. And I work with a basically a UX, UI manager, designer who basically made the concept, outlined what he needs done, and I am building that project from scratch. So it's basically one client, one company, and he reviews my code, and then he lets me know, hey, you did a great job here. You should probably make some changes here to make this look better, work better. And then he gives me feedback, and it's basically like that's all I do is I create the stuff based on their markup and recommendation. They review my code, and if it's good, they merge into the main branch. If it's not good, I work on refactoring. That's basically in a nutshell what I do, but it's one client at my current job right now. And so let me, as you guys ask more questions, and Hamza, I'm going to bring in your portfolio and we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to look at it in Firefox because that's what's open right now. And now we have the portfolio. So this screen, by the way, that I'm using is smaller. So it's gonna, let me zoom out here so it renders more properly how it should be here. And actually, let me put it in a normal screen because this doesn't do it justice in terms of what we want. So let me switch here. 1 second. Screen share. Let me share not this version, but go to my Chrome, Google Chrome. Yeah, so this is his portfolio. I don't know what this button does. Okay, zoom in. Let me make it bigger somehow. Okay, so this is Hamza's portfolio. So we're going to take a look at it. Now, by the way, I'm going to give whatever honest opinion I can. And I'm just as brutally honest with myself with that here. So first, we're just going to take a look. So look in here. I like the colors. I love the clean look. He has his skills, you know. He does HTML, CSS, SAS, JavaScript, React, Bootstrap, GitHub. He has an About Me, very simple kind of idea. He's a front-end developer with nice little picture. Then he has his projects. And what I want to say, I really like this kind of layout where you have your projects that you built. And then you have, by the way, I do remember your portfolio. You made a lot of great changes here, and it does look really awesome. I just wanted to say that. But you have your top pizza restaurant, you have the website, you have the GitHub. And before clicking on these things, we're just going to look at the general idea. You have your violation tracker, hope and healing website, and a couple of other websites. So very nice. You have a way for people to reach you. And if I hit this, it's going to open up my email, which is nice. So what I would say from this basic idea here, you have your GitHub and LinkedIn, and I'm assuming that this area here is your LinkedIn. Let me click it here. Okay, these are colors. I get it. So what I would say here, I like the theme switching out, and that's because I'm stupid. I would probably say, some sort of make it look more like a, you see when I I don't know, it's nice. It's more like nitpicking here. I would make it look more like a switch or put theme or something because I'm an idiot. I thought these were links for your social media that weren't showing up right. So this is no big deal. I'm just an idiot. But basically, this is used like showing that you could switch the background color for your theme, which is pretty good. I would just probably make this more obvious here for, okay, it's a theme switcher, make like a button, and you know, like something like that. You have your home skills. So this basically, I see that takes you to the pages where you're going. Projects, okay, this is great, home. So we have a resume here. Let's take a look. Nice. We have your email. So I will talk about your resume separately, but what I'll tell you, this looks like my old resume, and I would say that we would have to switch it. I also know that I think you have a better looking resume, which is in our Slack channel, which I'll take a look, but I'll come back to it. If this is your resume that you're showing here on the website, I would definitely switch. I don't know what that does. That was my computer breaking things because I don't know how to use my computer. I would switch what you have here in terms of like how you describe your websites and what you should do instead that you did here, because this is, believe it or not, really hard to read, you know. And Hamza, if you have any questions in real time and you want to come on and talk to me on the link, you could do that, or you could let me know in the comments. But I will come back to the resume. We'll talk about it and the changes you could make. But for now, let's come back to your website. So this is nice. I like the look of it. You have your technology and skills used, your front-end dev, you have your portfolio. It's nice. So, okay, here's the thing and the place where when I click on this, I should go to a working website. And so we have a working website. I like that. And it kind of showcases, you know, the locations. And this is what people are going to do. They're going to test. So I like how this zooms in. And this is nice. You know what I mean? In terms of like the functionality. It's top pizza restaurants. You know, this could be like a widget on the website which shows the locations. You could call the restaurant. So this works. And basically, that's the most important point, is when people click on your applications, people could also go and check out your GitHub, which is fantastic. You know, man, bro, what happened? What happened here? My man, what happened? You must be busy working. That's what I'm going to say. You're busy working that I don't see any commits here. Again, I've been guilty of this too, but if you're not working, you definitely want to be working on building stuff. But if you're already working and you have a job, then that's wonderful. Then it doesn't like matter. But if you're looking to get a job, you want to have an active GitHub. They're not going to look at your code, but they are going to take a look and they are going to kind of see, are you active or you're not active? And we got 18 of you guys watching. How many likes do you have? We need 2 more likes. We're putting Hamza's portfolio on the spot. Give this man a bunch of likes by liking this stream, just so we could invite more people to see this stream. Let's come back to Hamza's portfolio here. His website works. So basically what I'm saying, the most important part, and this is something that you could always improve on the look and feel of your portfolio. You could always fix things in your portfolio, like the styling, whatever. But if you have your project items, like he had his top pizza restaurant, he has his violation tracker, he has a bunch of other stuff. The most important part about those projects is that they work. So right now he has one project. Based on what it is, it works. It's basically him using a leaflet to showcase the map. It is him showing you that you're able to click on restaurants. So what's advertised that works, that's a good, like, I'm not going to complain about it, right? Now let's go back to his second project. So the most important part here is that whatever projects you put here, they got to work. They got to work. So please type in uppercase letters. So I wonder, like, why do you have it say that please type in uppercase letters? Is that a requirement? Because, like, I'm going to not do, and what do I type? So I don't know, like, what to type. Hello? So I could type hello, I could click search, and nothing happens. Okay, what do I type in uppercase letters? Like, you need to give more details. Do I write numbers? Nothing happens. Do I write big number? No. That's big. Okay, I see. I read it too fast. Search plate. So New York plate. So I need a, so here's the thing here. I don't live in New York. I'm just letting you know. I don't live in New York, and I don't have a New York license plate number. So what I would say is that I would definitely have a little note here, especially for people who are looking at your portfolio to see what you know. They're going to look at this and they don't know what to type. They're going to try to type random stuff like I did, and they don't know any plate numbers because you didn't provide a test plate. They can't really test this application. Like, I could randomly put stuff and like search, I hit search, nothing happens. So that would be bad sign because I was a dumb user, could not figure out how to use it. And for me, based on what I just played with, it doesn't work. And this would be like if I were to give bad points, like on a portfolio, it could be super awesome, but as soon as I hit an application that doesn't work, that's already minus 90 points, right? You should never have an application in your portfolio that doesn't work. And you're going to be like, Paul, you're being so harsh, you're being so mean. Hey, I get it. But my paulberslavsky.com website here, and I did it like this, like imagine like you guys are beginners, you're trying to build a portfolio. I didn't specifically put a portfolio here because I currently don't have a working portfolio. And I'm doing this in the context I'm a beginner, and I'm kind of showcasing you like the steps that I would take. So if I don't have a well-tested project, I wouldn't put it here. Now, for instance, my project that I built with Netlify, log in. I'm going to use my basic HTML and CSS website, like a different one that I made, this one, right? I tested this website, except the slow loading images that I got to fix. I know that in terms of functionality, everything works here. Well, not everything works here. There are certain links that don't work in terms of like if you, I'll show you links. If when you go to the work and portfolio section, like these links don't take you anywhere. So I have to add these portfolios, but this is an HTML and CSS markup. But the point what I'm saying is programmatically, like maybe this is a bad example website, but just let's use this as an example. Programmatically, everything works here on this website, okay? Or let me go better yet, use the GitHub Finder example. Back up. Like let's see here, a React Battle example. Let's open this. So this is a completely functional app. You cannot break this app by clicking things. Things work, right? That works. The links works. When you use Battle, this works. So for instance, if I put my name and I submit, and then I add somebody else's name, I submit, this works. It gets the people, it gets everybody. Hit Battle, functionally it works. So it might not look like the best app, like you hit the reset battle, it resets the battle, you click back to repos, you click back here, that works. When I come here and I try different stuff, maybe if you put a test plate and I enter it here correctly and it works, that's great, right? It works, but this doesn't work. It doesn't belong in your portfolio. You should not have a project in your portfolio that doesn't work because it's minus 100 points from my personal opinion. And that's why I much rather not put anything into my portfolio until I have something really good to show you. And to kind of tell you that I'm not, immune to this. Like, I have a bunch of projects here. Don't get me wrong. I have a bunch of projects in my Netlify, and I'm going to use this one as an example right here. Actually, I'm not going to use this one because it plays videos automatically, and I don't want to get hit with a some sort of copyright claim because it has videos from YouTube. I just want to see a project that would be that doesn't work. There's a lot of them here. No, this one not up. Let me use this one because I know this one doesn't work. Like, I have to fix it. So look, oops, something went wrong. Nobody wants to see that. Like, they click here, they click links, they got all like forever loading buttons spinning. You hit the blog, same thing, nothing shows up. I try to sign in. I have test user here, but as it's probably Aria. Look, nothing works. And so I would never put this project in my portfolio because it's broken. It doesn't work. It's not complete. So that would be what I would say. Remove the non-working projects from your portfolio because they are going to hurt you. Like once I see you have one broken application on the image, it shows it works. But because you don't have a test case and I'm stupid, like I can't test it. And if I think it doesn't work, it doesn't work, even though you know it works. You know a plate that you could put in here. So I would say either add a test plate for people to look up, because this search plate, like I don't know any plates. I tried. So not to beat the dead horse any longer, that's the thing. So let's go back, Hope and Healing website. Let's take a look at here. So here's the website that you did. It looks nice. It looks like it's an actual website for an actual company, which it is. It shows our work, you know, different images about us. So it's a great website for this organization. The links work. You see, like, whatever video unavailable, it's because not of your coding, but because of them. It takes to Facebook. It's an actual client website. So this is awesome because, again, this is not broken. This works. So this you could leave in your portfolio. And I'm just trying to tell you the thought process that I go through when I'm looking at websites. So this is great. And then, you know, we have travel website. Let's check it out. So the point here, sign in, and this, I'm assuming, so I'm going to say if this is a client-facing website for an actual company, that's great. Again, if you have stuff like this, sign in, register, right? These are not working. These are not doing anything. Either don't include it or make it work, right? That's the most important part that you have to know. Like, and that's the number one thing that I would stress to everybody. Don't, if you're going to make something, and I'm going to use this, my site as an example here. Let me go back here. Just to kind of tell you, because I make the same mistakes, brother. And I'm just telling you that this is something that I also have to focus on and make sure. So here's this website that I'm working on. This is not finished website. So again, this is not in my portfolio. And I'll tell you why. Okay. Hire me. Okay, it takes me here. Hire me. I click hire me. It takes me back up. That's in my case broken. I got to fix this. When I hit hire me, it either should take me to this contact form or open up a different modal, right? So that I need to fix, right? Contact, it takes me to contact. When people fill out this form, right? Let me clear the form here so I can start from the beginning. You know, this should work when people are looking to test the form, right? They're looking to test the form, hello, and when they hit submit, great, success. The form submits, you said, okay, that works. So basically what you got to do is you got to test all your applications to make sure that they are working. So this is not complete. Like I have this section here, which is great, it works, but it's not clear. Are these supposed to be clickable links? And if they are, they should take me to your portfolio. So this is not finished in my opinion. So I would not put this into my portfolio. And again, like I don't want to beat the dead horse. I'm just kind of reiterating things the way I think about stuff. And so like if we're building stuff, we're working on stuff, and look, Big Bitch, great. You found something. I'm going to look at your comments, guys, in a second. I see a lot of them. And then I see Hamza. I'll come back to you and I'll test your application. So what I would say, and Hamza here says New York plate. He has a test plate. So you got to add that to the description. So again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to give you just all this thing. And Hamza, listen, I don't have a job. Just give up. Nobody hired. Listen, don't give up. The reason why I have a job is because I didn't give up. It took me years, okay? I started learning to code at 35, and it took me years to get a job. And I'm not saying that people have to wait that long to get a job, brother. Don't give up. And I'm not trying to be mean about your portfolio. I'm just telling you the same guidance that I have for myself, right? This is how I judge myself. This is how I judge everybody else. And it has nothing about you as a person, but it's more about this is what I want to see in my portfolios, and this is how I judge my portfolios. This is how my friend who is a senior developer, he judges my portfolios. So so that's what it is. But let me kind of come back here and test this out before coming back to the client stuff. But I judge myself just as harshly, brother, if not harsher. So like when I look at your portfolio items, I am going to kind of tell you what I feel. And by the way, guys, you could tell me to go fuck myself. You could tell me that I'm wrong, but I just want, like, truth is the best thing you guys have in terms of realizing where you are and moving forward. Let me tell you this. Like, I used to run a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu martial arts school, right? And like, it's very hard to get a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It took me 16 years to get a black belt. Like, forever. It took me, and people like, oh my God, what do you suck? No, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu just takes a long time. We had somebody who came to our class and he said, I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was like, oh my God. At that time, I was still a purple belt. I wasn't even a brown belt. And I was like, oh my God, black belt, this guy must be like so good. So I was very respectful, very nice. He showed some moves, like, and I was like, I don't know, maybe he's a black belt. And then he fought our blue belt who destroyed this black belt. Come to find out, he lied, right? And the point is that you have to represent and showcase yourself in a way where it takes my guesswork out of it. So if you have an application in your portfolio, the number one thing that it has to do, it has to work. I'm not immune to it. You guys not immune to it. And either remove any application that is even a slight chance that it's not working, work on it, and then add it back in, or don't have anything in your portfolio until you have something worth showing. Like I showed you my website. I didn't have a portfolio yet because I'm building a portfolio that I'll show you guys that I'm building. But the point is, it's nothing against you guys as people, but it's in terms of like the reality of the situation. I don't want to waste anybody's time by like sugarcoating the obvious. So let me kind of try that license plate he gave us. And by the way, I have many portfolios that I look at and I give him the same advice. And, people just go ahead and they fix it and it's not a problem anymore. And that's kind of something that I would say for you here. So beautiful. So he does have, so Hamza, what I would say in this case, let me kind of go back to the screen. So add this license plate, put it here. Here's a test license plate you guys should use to test your application, because now it works. And this is something as simple as kind of adding that additional information. So now all my concern about this not working, it doesn't matter because it works. And what I would say, if you have a portfolio, you need to make it easy for people to test it. So what a lot of people recommend, if it's like a login or not login, they say add a test user, add a password, or in your case, add the way for people to log in. All right, so let's kind of come back here. All right, Hope Healing was wonderful. Travel website. So again, sign in, register doesn't work. Either remove it or say that this was HTML, CSS, like markup only, so it doesn't have functionality, because if I see a button, I'm going to click it. If it doesn't work, it's minus points. And it's like the same example I showed you from my core share project where that didn't work. That's minus points for me as well. So where are you going? Moscow. What date I'm going? So again, the search functionality doesn't work. Can I put, and guys, if you think I'm being mean, this is what people will test. So what I would say here, Hamza, because the most important thing here is setting right expectations. So, and I get this travel website using HTML, CSS, and I am being a jerk a little bit because I should have read this and I didn't. But at the same time, you should, I get it. It's a mock-up. So that was my fault. I apologize for that. But I would say travel website mockup only using HTML and CSS, right? So that way I know that the functionality is not something I should expect. So again, this is on my part misreading it and not seeing clear expectations of what I should expect. So if you say mockup only, you know, and you could have a little note here, like not here, but here, mockup only, right? So I don't have an expectation of that this is a functional website that works. Okay, not a problem. Let's go here. Restaurant inspection. Yeah, and Hamza, just say that stuff. Just a landing page. Be more clear in your description. Just a mock-up of a landing page using HTML and CSS without functionality. Because, like, for you, like, you're assuming that I know that. And I don't. Like, you could see clearly in the way I'm looking at your website, like, I'm too stupid. And that's like people are going to be looking at your work, are going to be hiring stupid managers that are going to assume things I'm assuming now. So if you put in the description here, you know, travel website mockup only using HTML and CSS, no JavaScript functionality. Then when I come here, I'm not going to expect to click here. Now, if this is a mockup, if you're going to have sign in and register section, create those sections, buddy. Create a sign in section. So when people go, create register sections. So people go kind of like, let's see if did I close my website as an example that I had broken website. This is not it. Anyway, yeah, we'll come back to it. But the point is, it's like either like create a sign in and create a register sign in. So you have a form for people to sign in and register. That's what I would add to this website. And then I would be more clear about what it is in the description here. So I hope that helps. And zip code. Again, like, see, you're sending me all this beautiful stuff, right? And is this for the search here? Please add this here. Say test the zip code, and then add it here so it's clear for people to see here. Because people are not as smart as you give them credit. Like, look how stupid I am. And so, like I am basically like, if I don't, like, you gotta assume that I'm not gonna figure out on my own. And let me go here. So restaurant inspection map using New York open. You didn't provide the user here. I went to the website. You didn't, and this is in React. This is wonderful, but you need to put here, please use this zip code or test zip code here. So I don't have to have this conversation with you back and forth. And by the way, guys, if you haven't smashed the like button, smash the like button. I know I'm being brutally honest and I'm not doing this to make fun or attack of anybody. Please note, I have a lot of shit projects, and shit projects that I have did not land me jobs. They did not get me jobs at all. And that's why it took me forever. So if I could just, like, truth hurts. I have a friend who people think is an asshole, but I love him. Like, one day, like, I used to teach yoga. He came to me, he did a yoga class, and he literally comes to me after class and goes, Paul, your yoga class was shit. Of course I was upset. I'm like, why do you think that? But people that like me, they would never tell me the truth. And he told me the truth, and then I talked to him, and he was able to give me great feedback why he thought my yoga class was shit. And I was able to switch it and fix it. So guys, you know, like for you, Hamza, include the working thing here so, you know, people could basically see this. And I'm going to come back about like these projects, but those are like kind of things that I see on the surface. We'll give you some advice what you do and need to do. And then you have a game shop, clone, game watch, and it comes here and I don't see anything. So website, game watch, there's nothing here. So it's broken, right? So don't include this until you fix it. And yeah, I could go to GitHub. This is great. But when I click here, website, it's broken, doesn't work. So in my mind, this is negative 90 points. It's broken. Get out of here. Don't put it here. So what I'm going to say, Hamza, with all the stupid shit that I just told you, you're on the right track. you have a portfolio website, you have some portfolio projects. This is what I would do now. You're on the right track. Now you just have to fix the things that are not working. And now you have to come up plan 2. These are really good starting points for projects. But what you need to do is create more complex projects that showcase some sort of CRUD functionality. And that would be the next step. And I would say that if I were to build the portfolio, this is kind of what I tell to everybody on Slack. And I'm going to show you some examples just to give people by comparison, like based on your project. So you're on the right track. Don't give up. Definitely keep going. But what I would say is that, and my projects are not complete, by the way, so I'm going to show you what I have. And then I'm going to kind of like give you advice based on what I have. But before I do that, let me take a look at the comments. And look, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably like, man, I didn't realize Paul was such an asshole. But please guys, tell me, what benefit do you guys get from me sugarcoating things and not being honest with you? You don't. If I don't tell you, somebody else is not going to tell you. But they will tell you, no, thank you. We found somebody else to get hired and take a job. So I don't have in my conscience to lie to you guys, sugarcoat things for you guys. So if you're going to dislike the stream because of that, I don't mind. It's perfectly fine. We all have opinions. So yeah, and Big Bitch 420, I just love saying your name. Hamza Mohammed, keep going. You could be one interview away from being hired. And it's so true, buddy. And it's like 100% true. I kept getting no's. I got so many no's until I got a yes. And that's how things work. So you cannot, the one thing you cannot do is you cannot give up. You cannot stop. You gotta push through it. Like I'm telling you right now, Hamza, you have a portfolio. You have some projects in there. That's more than most people have. Now you just have to iterate on this process and improve your portfolio by a little bit. Fix the stuff that's broken. Add the things that people need. Like, you know, if I need to have the zip code to make it work, add the zip code, you know. And I'm going to give you more details like in the stream, what I think you guys should do and the level of applications you should make to bring you closer to getting a job. So please, the fact that I'm being honest with you and truthful, I'm doing it from the best intentions in my heart because I want you to get a job and you're on the right track 100%. There's 90% of people that don't even have what you have. And this is where we all started. The reason you don't see my portfolio in a state like yours is because I've been doing this longer and I understand that that's the beginning portfolio and I need to make it better. And I had years of the time to iterate, and that's why the portfolio pieces that you're working on are totally different than what I'm working on, the level difference of experience. But my portfolio when I started looked exactly like yours, even worse. My stuff was broken all over the place that like it didn't work, but that's how everybody starts. So I want to first of all say thank you for letting me look at your portfolio. Thank you for letting me give you feedback. Thank you for being such a good sport about it. And guys, like this is how I'm gonna judge portfolios. And because that's the way it is. And you know what I'm going to do? Like, I'm going to show you another portfolio. And this is from someone from Slack, guys. And let's see here. Let me just look it up here. Just to give you like ideas and progressions of like portfolios and projects. I'm just looking and Googling and oogling. All right, guys. So before I show you this next portfolio, let me look at the comments. So this is a question. Do you do everything yourself or seek assistance of other programs? So I'm like the main programmer on the application that I'm working on. And so most of the stuff I figure out myself. But with that being said, when I get stuck, I go and talk to the senior developer, and what he does is he gives me feedback of where I should look or what I should do, but he does not do the work for me per se, but he says, this is what you have to think about, this is what you have to do, and then I go do it. And the most important part is that before I end that conversation, he asks me, do you understand what I'm asking you to do? And I have to be honest with him, be like, yes, I understand, or no, I don't understand. Can you please help me? And then at that point, he will sit down and he will walk me through some examples and show me kind of best way of doing it. And then what I learned from sitting down with him and going over, I go ahead and implement in my next PR request, and then we review together. So that's kind of how my current position works. Yes, I could definitely review your portfolio. You could send me a link on Discord because I'm not sure if you could put a link here in the comments. You could try, but let me send you the invite to our Discord. You could send me a link there, and when I get it, I'll review it a little bit later this stream. Or you could email me the link. My email is coding after 30 at gmail.com. I can't type. So email me the link to your portfolio. I'm going to put my email open so I don't miss it. Yeah, so just email it to me if you want me to do it today. And I'm going to do that. Let me just log into my Gmail, coding after 30. And yeah, so send me the link. Boom. That's where we start. Let's look at some other comments. And guys, like, I only want the best for you guys. So please, please, even though you might think I'm an asshole, I just want to be honest. And man, thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate it. No, thank you, Hamza, for what you did. Takes a lot of confidence, bravery, and one of the number one reasons why most people don't succeed is because they're not willing to do the hardest thing, which is put their work out there for people to judge. It is hard, it is difficult, and nobody likes when people tell them something is wrong. I don't like it, you don't like it, nobody likes it. But at the same time, I'm not telling you things are wrong because I want to be like, oh, you're wrong, or I'm wrong. No, the point is, I'm just showing you that a process of a hiring manager, these are the things they're going to look for. And I much rather be the person that breaks the news to you, just like my girlfriend tells me, like, and breaks the news for me. It's like, look, your pants aren't buttoned. Before you go out in public, go fix that. It'll be embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? So I much rather have someone who respects me and will tell me their truthful, honest opinion and won't judge me as a human being, give me the bad news. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what, like, I wanted to say to you, brother. And I really appreciate you, like, not like stepping up. Let's see here. Yeah, and then, you know, I misspell stuff all the time. Very important to get another set of eyes to go through your portfolio and check that you fix the spelling. And so when I put my projects to the portfolio, I'm going to have my sister, who was an English major, to go through and make sure I spell things right. You know what I mean? Get another set of eyes, because you could look at it and spell check things yourself, but the truth is you might miss stuff. A lot of times when I spell JavaScript, I forget the C. And to me, when I read it fast, oh, it's spelled correctly. And so get a second part of eyes on it. 4 members on Discord from tonight. Fantastic, guys. The more we have love on Discord, the more conversations we could have. And at some point, I want to have live Discord chats, which would be amazing. And yeah, DJ Norris, 100%. Hamza, you're doing a great job. Don't let my harshness and honesty dissuade you, because at the end of the day, you're doing the work, you're putting in the effort, and if you keep it up, you will get the job. That's just the way it works. Creating with code, good stuff, Paul. Man, glad that you're able to make the stream and check it out. Yeah, Hamza, it takes courage to put yourself out there. We can all glean something from this, so thank you. And that's 100% true. Hamza, you're doing a big part for this community by being and letting people look at your portfolio. And I have, if I showed you my portfolio, I have so many broken projects there, so many so much stuff that doesn't work. And so you're not the only one. You're not the only one, brother. Like let's go here. All right, let's have fun. Let's have fun. This is gonna be hilarious because I just want you guys to know that. Listen, I just want you guys to know that everybody has broken shit in their portfolio, and I'm about to show you. And let's do a little game. Let's count how many broken projects I have in my Netlify. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. Fun game. Fun game. Let's do it. So we're gonna say Gatsby project. Okay, let's click it. Let's click it. Like, what the hell is this? It's broken. It's ugly. It doesn't work. I didn't finish it. Like the goddamn images don't load. See? That's one dumbass broken portfolio. YouTube Strappy, this is work in progress. The functionality that is there works. React, Battle, Git, we saw that works. Okay? So it looks like I have a lot more working portfolios, but that's only by the looks of it. So Git cocktails, I know it works. This is a simple lookup thing. Somebody give me a good drink to look up. I don't know. I'm gonna do I don't know how you spell margarita, but apparently that's, oh my god, that looks so nice. Margarita, cocktail glass, get more information. Okay. So this project works. Okay, so you would think that, oh my god, Paul, he said he has so many broken projects, but so far he showed projects that don't work. Let's look at this one. This is supposed to be for an iPhone, so I gotta shrink it. Look. Okay, that does that. The menu works, but the play button doesn't work. It doesn't play. I can't heart this. This doesn't work. Load more doesn't work. The menu works. Can I add a link? Probably won't work. It's not a link. It did something, but it didn't give me error message. Let's go home. It didn't add shit. So no, it doesn't work. It's broken. Can I log in at least? Can I log in? It says that I logged in, but it didn't. It's not showing me, like, see, broken app. You know what I'm saying? So, and I could go on and on showing you lots of broken apps. And the goal is, though, is to only put the items into your portfolio that work. We saw course share was broken. This is something I started working on. Schedule something cool. You would think it would work. And it doesn't do nothing. It shows it pulls data from somewhere, from an API, but I don't have, see, the same thing I told you. Look, my login doesn't take me to the login page. My sign up doesn't, it's broken. Another broken. So I hope you guys counting. Like, I'm going like a lot of broken, unfinished stuff. And the only reason I'm showing you this, guys, is because I want you to know that this is everybody. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Let's take a look at it. Oh my God. This is obviously not a good project application. Total garbage. Let's come back. So what I'm saying is that stuff that's broken, like, I'm not going to include in my portfolio, and I don't. And the reason, but no one's going to see that broken applications is because I don't put them in my portfolio. So people will never know that I have broken stuff, but I'm showing it to you guys so you guys could see that that's everybody. That's not particular to one particular person. You know, like all of these are broken. All of these are broken. I know that for a fact. Like all of these are broken. This one is not broken. I hope. This is supposed to be for the phone. So this is basically a COVID tracker lookup application. So this one works. Thankfully, it's not broken. So like, if this works, Okay, no, it doesn't. I didn't finish the pop-up in the middle circle, like because the message said pop-up middle circle. So I gotta fix that. So this is not gonna go into portfolio because not all the functionality is working. It's almost fixed. I gotta finish the pop-up message to take me to places and stuff like that. So that's that. And so anyway, so as you could see, I have maybe four working projects in my portfolio, and outside the other 12 are completely broken messes. And email didn't work. I'll send you a message on Discord. What do you tell me? God damn it. Did I spell my email wrong? No, I got it here on Gmail. It worked. Oh, I mean, yeah, I see the Joseph Asario.dev. I'm going to look it up next. Thanks, brother. No, email worked, man. Let's quickly. Yep, Murai, so much from example. Thank you, Hamza Muhammad. See, people loving the fact that you stepped up and did it. So we appreciate you, brother. A lot of love for you. This is amazing. And Hamza, send me a private message on Slack. I want to schedule a phone call with you. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you exactly like what you need to do next. So let's schedule something for this week or next week, or I have tomorrow 2:30 Central Time available. So if you're available tomorrow, let's schedule something. I want to talk to you because you're close. We just need to tighten things up. And I guarantee you, you're going to get there. So definitely send me a message on Slack. Let's schedule something. With that being said. Yep, see, everybody misspells stuff because when I mess up code, I go back to see what went wrong. I usually spelling things. Okay, cool. Let me look up your portfolio and we will do another one. And then I'll show you a portfolio of one of our students. And so the point is like number one, if we're going to take one takeaway from what we talked about today is that definitely get started, build something. Doesn't have like, but then once you get into the groove of building portfolios, make sure whatever projects you put in portfolio, they work, and you have whatever data a user needs to be able to test its functionality. I guess that'll be the number one thing where a lot of people fail, is that they don't test their applications enough. And believe it or not, that's the number one thing that's going to hurt you the most, is a broken app, not a non-working app. So that's the step. And that's why I wanted to do a Tuesday night project night. Like I was telling you guys, I'll probably do it 7 p.m. Eastern time every Tuesday, where we're going to work through projects. I'm going to kind of talk about the type of projects you should build for your portfolio and how to decide if that's a good portfolio project. And when you're starting out, any project is good. But when it's time to get hired, not every project has equal weight. And that's something that I want to talk about on Tuesdays and help you guys make that discovery, make that kind of, like I'm typing and talking at the same time, which I can't do. But that's kind of like what we want to do. We want to figure that out. We're going to make it work. By the way, guys, you're the guys why this channel exists. You're the reason why, we have this amazing live stream. So all the love, everything is you guys. You built such a great community that I'm glad to be part of it. And I love the fact that, you guys are this awesome. And from our experience, we help everybody grow. So if you didn't smash the like button, smash the like button. Let's get this stream to more people so they could benefit from it. So let's now bring up a portfolio that Joseph Osario just sent me. Now, I'm looking at it. It looks amazing. And let me ask you, did you use a theme for this part of it, or did you build it yourself? Just put it in the comments. But this is Osario's, or Joseph Osario's portfolio that we're going to take a look at now. And let me know in the comment, did you use a theme for this, or did you build it yourself? But I love the one-page layout. I like the moving image. I like, bam, front-end and email developer, Joseph Osario. And by the way, if you use the portfolio, kind of like I did, or pre-built theme, no shame in that, because look how professional this looks, kind of coming back. And this is what I tell people. Here's another example by somebody else that's part of our Slack. Look how good her portfolio works, because she used the theme and kind of using my example, look at how nice and clean my portfolio looks, because I just use the theme. There's no shame in that. You want to have that professional kind of look. And I see Ozor VR, I don't know how to pronounce the name, like on your username, I mean your avatar name here. So I'm just going to say Joseph. He says he used the library, and I have too many things open. So he used the library to make that work. That is fantastic, you know, and you start here. So he has home, about me. I like that. Looks very nice, very clean. He has frequently asked questions. Instead of reading a whole bio, I decided to break things into questions. I like that. Make it simple. You know, how did you get into web development? I started in 2006 using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and Wix. What did you like about web development? This is nice. How to deal with bugs. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Does it matter where you work? And so frequently asked questions about me. Like I like this. Would I put it at the beginning? No, I would probably put it a lot later. But again, it's a personal thing. I would probably go home, skills, just so I know what you do, and then projects, and then I would put about me, because you just want people to go to the sauce, the most important stuff. So it would be home, skills, coding tools you use, extra tools you use. Definitely don't see resume anywhere. So I would say home, about me, what I would put. You could move the frequently asked questions. So I see it here. Never mind. I'm blind. So here's the thing, and this is why I kind of make this mistake, because I'm an idiot. But people read from left to right in majority of countries. Since you're in the US, left to right. So what I would do, put your personal info here. You notice how I started with this first and how it messed me up in the way I was reading your portfolio. So move the frequently asked questions to the right. Move the personal info to the left. That's going to fix everything I mentioned before. So just ignore it. Just put your FAQs on the right. Put personal info here. And then keep everything the same. So forget what I said. Anything. It's just people read from left to right. And notice how most of the time the stuff that on the right people don't think is important. So swap frequently asked questions to the right. Personal info to the left. Perfect. You have your resume. Let's take a look at your resume. Oh no. Oh no. No, it's not working. The link is not working. So Joseph, you got to fix the resume link. If you're going to have a resume, make sure you have a link that takes you to the resume. So I don't know if it used to work and it now doesn't work, but fix it. Outside of this, the only feedback that I would give you, your homepage looks good. Your about me looks fantastic. Move frequently asked questions to the right. Move personal info to the left. Make sure the resume button works. That's the only feedback on this one. Skills, I like it. Keep the same. Go to projects. So we have True Buds, Stream Choice, Coffees, Me Lawyers, and SQNCE. So let's look at it. Nice. You click it here. It shows you basically like the tech used. I like that. Let's look at the code. I'm assuming it's going to... Oh no. Code doesn't do anything. Visit works. So code, make it sure that it takes people to GitHub. This looks beautiful, brother. This is amazing. So like a lot of people won't tell you here. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this to you guys. You have to understand, hiring managers are stupid. And if hiring managers watching the stream, I'm sorry. But everybody likes shiny things. So when you make your portfolio look amazing, they don't see the code behind it. They just see the presentation. So I hate that this is true. But you need to make your project look beautiful and appealing to the eye, because now looking at this, because this looks beautiful, regardless how Joseph's code looks, I'm going to assume his code looks beautiful, right? And that works. View all. It works. Nice. It shows all the brands. It's just my internet slow. Let's back up. So led by now. Boom, takes me to the website of the company. Perfect. This is where I could purchase stuff. That's fantastic. I like that. So this is functional. It works. You know, explore. It takes you. Okay, see, I like that. So he had a button. It works. And instead of having it broken, he says, hey, it's currently under maintenance.
back home, and he gives me that option so I don't mess up my user experience. So I like that. Very nice job, and this is great. So that works. Let's go. You gotta make the code button works. It doesn't work, either remove it or don't have it here. Fantastic. And I like that he says not a theme. That's wonderful, man. You're doing great stuff. I love the clean layout. Looks very professional, and that should be a goal for everybody. So we hit the close button here. Let's have stream choice. Prototype website code. Again, need to have the link to the GitHub. Let's visit the site. So nice. It takes us all these things. Links work. And again, like what I'm going to say, guys, presentation matters. So try to do your best. If you're not a good designer, use Bootstrap or copy somebody else's theme. If you do have some designing chops, do your best you can to make stuff look good. For me to find a streaming right for you on demand, we go here. It shows different features here. Has the design, Hulu. And even though this is a mock-up site, like look, he has the links that work, and that's a good touch, right? You want your links to work. You want the functionality, even if it's something as basic as taking people to either Apple Store or Google Store, you know. So this is great. Jump to HBO Max. This works. So all the links work. So the basic functionality is there. It looks nice. It takes me to where I need to know. So that then my progress is not broken. It's great. I see that this is a mock-up site that you built. Prototype website, and what's awesome, the links work. It works. So I have a pleasant experience as a user. So again, this is great. This works. Let's go to the next one. Coffee, loading page with a slider showing multiple products. So let's see it. Yeah, you got to add your GitHub, brother. Hit visit. Okay, newsletter. Okay, get now. Okay, so this is the slider. And again, let me go back here. Landing page with a slider showing multiple projects. So this is great. I guess what I would do just to add extra flavor, like I was telling Hamza, if you have a get now button, I would make it functional, or put like when they click get now, you can put like coming soon or something like that. Like, because like I think like, and I would fix that if people go to fire the form, make sure it either has like some sort of alert and it doesn't crash the site like it did here. You know, make it work. And you know, if like I'm not saying for this mockup, like if you put, you know, your Twitter, your Instagram, or your GitHub or some sort of link, that's fine. But this looks good. But people will try. Like if this email exists, a hiring manager will try to put their email and click sign up. And if this breaks, they're gonna look a little bit negative on that. And it's something that I mentioned in Hamza's thing. So this looks nice. If you have buttons like this, works, right? So either remove the get now button or put coming soon so people don't click the button. You know what I mean? Because people are going to click. Everybody likes to click. And so if people click something and it breaks something, that's just going to look negative. But aesthetically, it looks nice. So you're definitely on the right track. Me lawyers. Again, add your GitHub. Visit. Okay. So we have a great website. Looks beautiful. Works nice. Is it responsive? It is responsive. That is amazing. Now, let's see here. Paul. What did I push? What am I holding? Okay, here we go. My fat fingers were holding too many buttons. If you have a form, people are going to fill it. You know where it's getting at. It's getting to a point that I'm going to click submit and something better happen. Check my legibility. I would change this to, you know, like, what are you offering your What are you offering potential customers for their information? Name, blah, 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 blah. So I like make this form do something. You know what I mean? Rephrase it, rework it. I like this. This is nice. What breaks it, you have this button, right? Request your answers now and check your eligibility. Make this work. When they click submit, it should say like a message, information received, we'll contact you via email, something like that. You got to make this work. That's one thing that people are going to try. So if you have a form, it should work. Some people will argue with me, say no, it doesn't, but I know stupid managers, they're going to click everything, they're going to press buttons. So that's what I would do, is I would make it work there. That's very important. And SQNC signs, visit. And again, your designs are phenomenal, brother. You got the design. I like this. This works. Order now. It should take you to the order page. So basically, like, you need to take that extra step to make this stand out. And dude, you're making amazing stuff. You're like right there. Looks beautiful. But for extra stuff, if you're putting websites, and this is something that I started doing recently, is that if I have a button, order now, it should take you to an order page, and you should be able to fill in your order. And then when you click, it might say submit it or something like that, but maybe it doesn't place the order, it doesn't charge you money, but you should add that functionality. And so in terms of your front-end chops, your design work, it's amazing. And you could tell that by your portfolio. So I think you're doing an amazing job. There are very nitpicky things that I talked about. And what I would say for you as a next step is create a website that has some sort of login, has some sort of, unless you're just going for, front-end designer positions, but create something that has a login mechanism where people are able to log in and see content that you're only able to see as a logged in user. But this is amazing. Like, I really like that you did a phenomenal job. So definitely right on the right track. It looks better than my portfolio. You know what I'm saying? You're doing great. And that's, keep it up. Let me know, like, how's it been going along? Actually, yeah, the one big thing that, like, your resume button needs to work. You need to send people to your resume, so fix that. But besides that, looking amazing. You're doing great job. Yeah, people like your frequently asked question idea. What I would say, just move it from the left to right. John, thanks for the content, bro. Thanks for checking in and jumping in and watching. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, smash the like button. Big Mitch likes your, for the one, he likes your portfolio. Outstanding job. It's amazing. Just a contract from work for my portfolio, but I will definitely work on the sample work forms to work. Yeah. That's one thing. And again, that's like nitpicking, but that little detail of getting stuff functional, working. And I showed you how even on some of my project stuff was broken. Like, you got to make it work, and because that's the most important part. Because this is how you got to think of it. Like, if I could click on your website and break it, I'm going to do that, right? And then you have to code your website in a way where I'm not able to break it. So if something's broken and has a chance of breaking, exclude it until you fix it and then add it back. That's the most important part. And that's the reason why, like, a lot of people fail and a lot of people, like, get cut up, is because they send someone a beautiful portfolio, people get it, and then they click on it and it breaks and it just looks bad, and nobody wants to see that. And nobody will hire you when things break on your page. So it's very important to make smaller projects, only put things that work. So let me know, guys, in the comments, like, any other questions. And thank you, Joseph, for stepping up as well, just like Hamza, and taking a look at your portfolio. I think you're definitely on the right track. And, like, I think you could get a job with that portfolio for sure. There's just little things that you could do. And what I would say at this point, start working on a bigger project. Now, this is a project I'm working on. I'll show it to you guys. It is not done, and it is more broken than working, but I'm going to kind of show you an idea of what should be your cornerstone project, your final project, to kind of bring everything together if you're looking to become a web developer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to strive for this. So let me kind of bring something up here. Hey, Tony, great seeing you. We're doing some project portfolio reviews, talk about what kind of projects you should build for your portfolio. We took a look at some portfolios, and right now I'm going to show you guys something I'm working at. And by the way, this is something that where is it? Open. Okay, I gotta go to the terminal. Something that, like, everybody should have a cornerstone project that basically combines this idea of working with a CRUD, working with authentication, and you don't have to create a backend yourself. And a lot of videos talk about how I use Strapi for my backend. This is the case in this case. And by the way, I'm going to do Tuesday night project party time, where I'm going to show you the projects that I'm working on and help you guys kind of see the struggle, that nobody's perfect, everybody makes mistakes. At the same time, I want to involve you guys, show you what I'm working on. Maybe you guys can give me some advice. Maybe I can give you some advice. It's going to be fun. But the idea is that at the end of the day, the project that you build, you want to build something that is functional, works, and shows some sort of complex understanding of what you're doing. And yeah, and by the way, Tony's right. I've been recommending Coding Addict, John Smigla, and his Udemy React courses. His tutorial on YouTube is great. Buy his courses. Like, if you look into, you don't have to buy a lot of courses. If you already have courses, don't buy any more courses. Do the courses you have. But what I'm saying is that if you're starting out, if you buy John Smigla's HTML, CSS, his JavaScript course, his React course, and you understand 80% of what he talks about, his courses are massive. They're like 40 hours each at least. You're going to be on the right track. By the way, if you have courses, don't buy any more courses. Finish the courses that you have. I'm just trying to look up for the project that I'm working on. I can't type and talk. Sorry, guys. That's my weakness. Like, but let me. Load my screen. Yeah, I'm just trying to bring up my project. So I want to show you, like, so everybody should have, like, all the stuff you guys are doing is amazing, but everybody needs a cornerstone project, which basically should combine your knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, your ability to work with an API and be able to have authentication and use the full CRUD workflow. Create, read, update, delete. Very important for you guys. And so that should be your cornerstone project. That's a project that is actually going to give enough confidence in your give you a lot of confidence to your employer to hire you if you have a good CRUD application. And Hamza, yeah, he also just released a great Node course. I didn't take that one, but it's on the list of things. And then Tony is a project that gets data from API built with React enough to need more functionality. I would say that would be the intermediary project. So you could build a project which gets stuff from the API, which basically querying data, but you definitely want to add some sort of authentication and some sort of CRUD application. I like to use Strapi on the back end because that way you don't have to build your backend yourself. It's very easy to use. I mean, it's easy to use if you read the documentation, and it's easier than creating something from scratch. Now, if you're working already and you're looking to transition to a full stack developer, then you could make that from scratch. And that's something that I started to do now, but not in this particular project that I'm working. And again, because I'm talking, I can't type, but I'm gonna show you this project. And it's not complete, it's definitely broken. It definitely doesn't have all the functionality, but I just want to show you because it's something that I started to build. This is something that you will like give you an idea of a more complex your cornerstone project. It's like your final project that you're going to show somebody that'll be like, oh my god, you definitely know what development is, we want to hire you. That's what your cornerstone project is, and that should involve some sort of authentication, some sort of CRUD application, and you're basically working with an API, you're working with a backend, you're working with a database. All that stuff is important. And I'm typing, that's why I'm talking slowly, because when I talk, I can't type, because I'm actually an auditory person. So when I think out loud. So when I type, I have to think what I type. then I can't talk, and then I can't do anything. It's like frozen. If someone tells me to type and talk at the same time, my head will explode. Hilarious. Okay, dokie. I think I have my application working here. All right, all right, all right. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so let me go here into my screen share. All right, all right. Let's share the screen here. Here we go. I'm ready. So for login features, should you have a backup user and password already? Yeah, filled out in the input fields. You could do it in the input fields. You could write a message. I didn't do that in my application yet because it's still in development, but I do have a user that I use. I think I remember. So let me show you kind of like the basics of where I'm at, what I'm doing. Screen share. So this is my application that I'm working on. And so the point is for you guys to be able to build an application which has authentication, which has a this application of create, read, update, delete using basic CRUD application. For this, the tech that I'm using and my process for this is going to be a big project because right now, currently I'm using Strapi as a backend with GraphQL with Postgres database. But after I finish the front end, my next step is going to be create the full the backend from scratch using TypeORM, Node.js, and either Apollo server or something along those lines. But for now, I'm using Strapi. Strapi, by the way, is amazing because it gives you this type of UI where you could log in and you basically, it's kind of like WordPress. Now, you could add, for instance, for steps, right? I could add a new step here, right, for testing purposes. But I included this, you could include this functionality in your front-end application. So let's say I'm going to log in as test user, I think. Actually, coding after 30, I think, is the user. It's been a minute. So, nope, coding after 30. I erased a bunch of users. Let me see who my users are. You see, oh, okay, we have Aria as a user. I think I forgot all the people's passwords. So let me like rename the password. Let me go to my user, test user. Oh, coding after 30 doesn't exist as a user. It's test user. Okay, so check this out. So I could go here. I could log in as Aria, test user is her password, log in. And so when you log in, you get to see her picture. You know, you could log out. If she belongs to UX Monkey organization, when you click it, it will show the assets and the milestones she has. She doesn't have any milestones, so there's no more data to look. If I go into test user here, so notice here though, basically I have functional authentication, and that's where you guys should start from. And when I click here, you see I belong to Epic Cakes. I belong to Coding After 30. Notice how I did not belong to Aria's organization, so I'm not able to see her content. For instance, if I go back to Strapi here, right, and I go to organizations, so she belonged to UX Monkey organization, and let's see, members, Aria is the only member, so I'm going to add myself, save it. Now when I go to my front end and refresh, notice how now I'm a member of UX Monkey organization. So this is basically amazing because you want to create an application where certain users see certain things. And so for me, I have Epic Cakes. You know, I don't have any milestones. Coding After 30, I have milestones. I'm kind of using this as a bug tracker also. And so I have 12 items. You see the list of items that I have. And I could add a task. I'm going to say this is a blocker live test. So see, like this is the create from this, like see from the CRUD. Description, testing, live. I hope this works. So when I add this, this should refresh the screen. Fantastic. Notice that the number here turned to 13. Before we had 12. And look, we have the live test here. I didn't create that other area yet. but I have a table with all the different things. And right now, like I could add all the steps and teams from the back end, but the goal is to have, you know, the forms and the ability for people to add stuff from the front end. If I log out and log in as Aria, and again, she could only see the stuff that she belongs to. She's on Team Monkey. Team Monkey doesn't have any milestones, but I could go ahead here, and eventually I'm going to add a plus button here to be like I had for assets to click the thing. I mean, for the tasks to click here, have a form pop up, add stuff. But with Strappy, it's very easy for me to go in here and add a milestone for Aria. So I'm gonna assets, and then this is gonna call milestone. So add a new milestone, test, description test, due date, order, whatever, doesn't matter. And we're going to add it to asset that Aria belongs to, which is UX Monkey, Team Monkey. Was it Team Monkey? Yeah, Team Monkey. So I'm going to save here. I go back here. I refresh. Oh, I didn't publish it. Don't forget to hit the publish button. I refresh. I go here. And now notice she has a thing. And now I could add a task for Aria. We're going to say bug. No, it's going to be a step. I have weird names. This is a test, and when I add it, notice it works. It adds it here, it adds it here, and now because I am same part of member of this organization with Aria, if I log out and log in as test user, I am, because I have access to the same organization she belongs to, I could click it and I could see it here, the thing that she added. And that's basically, like, I don't want to talk too much about it, but that's basically what you want to do is like your, and there's more functionality that I'm going to bring in, but basically this is going to be your big cornerstone project. This is something that's going to combine everything you know from, you know, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, working with a database, working with an API on the back end. And if you have a project like that, 100% you're going to be able to get a job. That is because that's what you're going to be doing a job. This application mirrors exactly what I'm building at my job. How come you seem to know all the questions beginners need to know when I ask other developers they just build portfolio generic answers? That because, bro, I'm actually still like a beginner, kind of, because I've only been in this field for 2.5 years. So all that stuff is fresh for me. Like, I struggled. I made the mistakes. I know exactly what I did. And there's this girl, Katie, in our Slack channel, and she followed my advice. I mean, she did massive amount of work. I'm not like, don't let me like fool you guys from the standpoint that my advice was the only thing that got her the work, the job. But she's been basically killing it. Like, I'm going to show her portfolio. She's probably going to kill me for showing it. But listen, I'm so proud of her that I don't care, because she did a phenomenal job. And so she's been following what we talked about Slack. She got a theme. She built this amazing portfolio. She has her GitHub. You know, you click hire me. It takes her to the form. This form works. I tested it out. Like, everything works here. You click view work. It shows, you know, her portfolio projects that she did. This is the project. You know, click more details. You could see the live URL, and you see that it looks familiar to the project that I showed you before, because that's the project that you're working for Slack. She has this amazing JavaScript slider that works. Her form works. Her latest blogs are loading. My computer's just super slow. So that's the case about that, you know. And she has other projects, more details. But anyway, she has a portfolio site. She has her project URL. She has her project code. This is a fashion shop. You know, the cart works. You could add products. You could pick what you want. You could search it. You could look at it. You know, you could add it. Add to cart. See, everything is functional. And that's what you want. At the end of the day, you want a project that you work on and it works. And, you know, you click the login. It takes you to a login page. It's phenomenal. And so the point is for all of us to keep working, have one cornerstone project that combines everything that we will be doing at work, which is basically learning using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, working with a database, working with an API, and being able to have basic CRUD functionality. And that's what we need to do. So I could talk about this forever. So let's do last 10 minutes of final questions, guys, because I think we've been going on for a while and I already answered this. But I want to say, guys, look, I really appreciate all of you guys. Like, I don't do this channel to make money online. Maybe one day I will, who knows. I do this channel because I want to share with you guys the mistakes I made, the things that I've learned, and I want to tell you what you should do. So if it took me this long to get to where I got, I want you to take this long. And the person after you to take even shorter. I want to figure out the quickest way for you to get to where you're going. So I have been working on a checklist of what you need. It's still in my head right now, but I got to type it out. And as soon as I do, I will share it with you guys. But the steps are, you know, learn HTML, CSS, learn JavaScript, learn React, and then build projects. Your first project should be a basic HTML and CSS website where you basically take an existing project and you recreate the pixel perfect representation of it. Step 2, you add JavaScript functionality to it. You could add, you know, some sort of API query. Maybe you query a couple of blog posts, whatever it is. You don't have to at this point. After that, you build a simple React application like a blog, and you want to make sure maybe it's not full CRUD, but you at least have like the blogs and some data that is being pulled from an API, and you're able to get the data from an API and display it on the screen. And then the final project is kind of like the project that I just demonstrated to you guys. It's your cornerstone project. It's like your midterm or your final exam. Actually, it's going to be like your final exam to get hired. It could be a bug tracker. It could be the project manager app that I'm building, but it has to have authentication. It has to have this concept of multiple users. It has to have this concept of create, read, update, delete. It has to have this concept of security where certain users could only see their data, right? You need to implement that, and you don't have to build a backend from scratch. I use something like Strappy. Another great example is building a full-out, you know, e-commerce site. You like when I say real data, you could have a data on an API. It doesn't have to be real data per se. It's a real store, but you could have like a bunch of images of phones, the price, whatever, that you basically pull that data from an API, and you could have a like fully functional pretend store which has fake data, but when you interact with that data, it'll take you to the cart. You're able to add stuff to the cart. You're able to log in as a user, and you're able to save those things to your cart, either to buy later, or you should be able to simulate someone going through the buying process, clicking the buy button, and seeing like your order was placed, and you will get your like delivery soon, just to kind of test out that functionality. But it doesn't charge your credit card and actually send you something. But you as a user, I should be able to go through that sales process on your website to test that functionality. And if you could do that, and it's a lot, like it's a lot, I know it's a lot, but if you could do that, just think about it. You just build a fully functional e-commerce site. If you have that in your portfolio, it works. Maybe it doesn't place the final order because it's not a real store. It's a example of a store, but the functionality there, it works. You're going to get a job. You're going to get hired. So there's a bunch of other stuff I want to show you, but this stream went on even longer and my voice is about to disappear. But I just want to say, guys, I really appreciate the love. So if you have any final questions, let's do final 10 minutes, or you could watch me just chill here for 10 minutes, relaxing. But I would most likely would appreciate if you guys have some feedback, some questions that you want to ask, some things you want to talk about. Let's do it for the next 10 minutes. There's no such a thing as a bad question, or we could figure out as a community, maybe there is. But I just want to say, guys, I really appreciate you guys, like the love that you give this channel. Like, I just want to give you the best that I can. I want to give you the honest, down-to-earth advice, not BS anybody. You know, I want you guys to do the steps that will get you the job. The best thing that I will get from you guys is that one day someone sends me an email, oh my God, Paul, like I watch your streams. Like the only thing I got from your stream was the motivation to keep going, not give up. And I put massive effort. I did what I needed to do. I got this job. It's going to make me feel so good. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like my goal for all of you guys who are in this community to work as developers. that's my goal. My goal is for all of you guys to get the job you want. If it takes you 6 months, 3 years, whatever it takes, that is your journey. But don't quit, keep going. You guys are gonna get there. So I know there's like a bunch of you guys in the chat, but you guys, come on, ask some question. You can do it. Come on, guys. And here we go. Tony, would adding a front-end mentor challenge advance as part of my project a good idea? Yeah, you could totally do that. I think like I wouldn't say like make it your cornerstone project, but definitely you could have it in your portfolio, especially because they allow you to use any of the stuff that you build based on what they have as challenges. You could definitely have it on your portfolio. But what I'm saying is that everybody should have a cornerstone project that like you show to someone and they're like, oh, this is a legit project. And I think deep down inside, we all know what that is. We might not know how to build it yet, but that's the whole point of the journey. But you need to have a kick-ass project. When someone sees it, they're like, oh, it took this guy 3 months to build this fucking thing. This guy put some massive effort to get this portfolio done. And it shows me that he knows or she knows, understands how to build something. And that's what a web developer is, software engineer. It's someone who's able to take an idea, a concept from their mind, plan it out, solve everything on paper, then code it out, make it work. Of course, it's not going to work from the very beginning. You're going to have to troubleshoot. You're going to have to read the documentation. You're going to have to cry a little bit. You're going to have to struggle a little bit. But one day you're going to have that cornerstone final portfolio done, and you're going to feel so proud. And when people click, it's going to do the thing that it's supposed to do. When people sign up, they're going to see only their stuff. They're going to have authentication, CRUD stuff, and like it's going to work. You're going to feel good. But more importantly, it's going to be the type of project that hiring managers are going to look at like, this is like an actual project that a customer could use. And that's a good litmus test to know if you build a good project. Like for instance, if I show it to a friend and I don't tell him that's a pretend project I built, but I tell them, hey, check out this website that I just joined, and they're able to go through all the functionality and do stuff like as if they were an actual paying client and not know the difference, then you're definitely on the right track. You're definitely doing good stuff. And you're doing amazing. And Big Bitch for 20, yeah, good stuff. Thank you so much. I want to see Hamza get hired. I also want Hamza to get hired. I want all of you guys to get hired. And at the end of the day, good enough is not good enough. At the end of the day, we need to step up to that next level. So where you are, you're always striving to get higher. And don't try to get this higher. Try like wherever you are, whatever your portfolio looks like, try to make it like within that 18-20% hard, like level higher. Stuff that's within your reach, but you know you're still gonna have to do work to get it to work. And that's how you make it. That's what you gotta do. Like, look, nobody starts from 0 and ends up at 100. You have to go 1, 2, 3. You have to hit every freaking step on the way of your journey. And when you're on step 1, the stuff is not gonna be good. It's like, I know this from experience. My stuff is bad. Like I'm probably at step like 40 right now before hitting 100. And like my stuff looks a lot better, but it's still not perfect. And I'm constantly striving to make it better. That's what all of you guys have to do. And you know, that's the way to do it. Like, and I'm never gonna sugarcoat. I'm never gonna lie to you guys by be like, oh my God, your portfolio is so good. Oh God, you did such a great job. And it's like complete like nonsense. And be like, no, why would I lie to you? Why would I tell you something that's not gonna help you? Like, I don't wanna make your head feel good by telling you pleasantries when they're not true. Like I want to help you guys get your stuff. And John Dista, where can I send you my portfolio? We could send your portfolio on my Discord, or you could email me at codingafter30. Like, because we've been going for you know what? Here, if you send it to me now, I'll take a look at your portfolio. We'll go like another additional 20-30 minutes. I know I was gonna add the link, but if you want to do it right now, you could send me your link at codingafter30@gmail.com. I don't know if it allowed me to post emails, but it's literally codingafter30@gmail.com. So if you want to send it to me now, we could quickly go through it right now since you're already on the live stream. And guys, smash the like button if you think these live streams are helping. So if John will send me his thing to the email right now. We'll go over it. We'll have some more conversation. We'll do another additional 20 minutes. It's no big deal for me because I definitely want to give you stuff that you guys are able to get value from, and it's helpful for me. Like, and you know, guys, like the last before we looked at was like really, really good. The UI stuff, it was amazing, like better than some of my UI stuff that I was doing. So listen, the point is that we all here to help each other and make the progress. And by the way, if you guys haven't joined our Discord, why not? Why not become a member? It's no cost for you. It's free. Just like smashing the like button is free. So you guys smash the like button like it's nobody's business. I want more people to be able to discover this phenomenal channel. Don't keep it a secret. You know what I mean? You gotta spread the love. But the point is, listen, I don't get any benefit from talking about nonsense and not helping you guys achieve your goals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't smash it a few times. Like, you definitely want to smash it like odd number, right? So you never like smash it twice or you go like and unlike, you know, whatever the thing is. But yeah, definitely if you're able to smash it 1,000 times to get 1,000 likes, 100%. But I threw my link here. You know, Ken, thanks to be there for us. Thanks to, yeah, listen, I'm here for not just you guys, I'm here for myself. Like, people like, because having you guys, like, first of all, like, it's amazing to have friends to talk to online, like during COVID, which is phenomenal. So I appreciate all of you guys just from that friend standpoint. But the point is, like, I need to have you guys trying stuff that I'm saying and succeeding, because then I could be like, oh my God, my system works. And then I could make my $1 billion course where I sell my system of how to get hired as a developer, and I could go straight up to the moon and make my millions. No, but honestly, guys, I'm just glad to have such a fun community. I want everybody to become a developer. And at the end of the day, like, what I want is for you guys to, like, the community I want is where we talk about coding, we talk about what we need to do to work, and I only want people that are actually doing the work. I don't want to talk about lifestyle. I don't want to talk about nonsense. I want to talk about, like, you guys going from zero to getting your job, and then when you get your job, I want to talk about the higher level problems and projects that you're solving, the things that you're working on, so we could all have a very technical channel. And I know it won't appeal to everybody, but at the same time, I don't want to make everybody happy. Like, you know, like people like Chris Sean, he has an amazing channel. He makes $1 billion on YouTube, but it's nothing but like rah-rah, happy, non-helpful stuff. Like, I stopped watching his channel because it didn't help me, because it kept me from building stuff. It kept me from doing stuff. Like, I don't want to be that channel. I'm not saying that anything wrong with him, and he's definitely killing it and making a lot of money off YouTube. Another guy, Joshua Fluke, whatever his name is, like, you know, let him do the thing, but that's not who I am. I'm not about the YouTube lifestyle. I'm a character for sure. I love having fun with you guys, but at the same time, I'm doing it because I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed because of what you learn from this channel, and I want to only talk about stuff that helps you guys succeed. And John, let me go check out my email here. Yep, I got it here. Man, I love the fact that you actually bought your domain name, and that is amazing. So let me pull up your portfolio here on my computadora. Let's see here. Yeah, see, when I start typing, I get real quiet. I can't type and speak at the same time. It is ridiculous. My brain doesn't work that way. Okie dokie. Nice. All right, here we go. 1 second, I gotta send a message. All right, guys, so I had an important message, but let's take a look at this before. So what I'm gonna say, again, I don't know if you're using a theme, if you build it from scratch, but your portfolio looks great, looks nice, and I'm about to bring it up on the screen so we could take a look at it. Look at John's portfolio here. So this is John. He just sent us his beautiful portfolio. We're gonna put it on this beautiful screen. So here we go, here we go. I like how he has his phone number for people to contact him, because sometimes that's the best way for people to reach out to you. He has his email and he has his blog here. If I hit his blog, just because I want to see if it's a clickable thing and it does something. So, by the way, my internet is slow, so forgive the loading is slow. So he has his, look at that. Man, that's amazing. He's got his blog. And let's see, he's got his articles. What I like about this idea of a blog, so he's talking about the Ajax method. And I like how he's using the code examples. And this is not a long blog, it's a little blog. And this is a good way to kind of reiterate what you're learning, to showcase to other that you're in the heat of it, learning development. But at the same time, like, I like this idea of blogs because this is something you could share on your LinkedIn. And sharing this on LinkedIn will basically showcase other people that, hey, you're an authority in the thing that you're doing. You're posting blogs about development. And look, you don't have to make super long blogs, but just basic description of how to use the stuff. This is amazing. And if you want to build authority on LinkedIn, and I didn't talk about it today, but definitely having a blog where you're releasing little blog posts to kind of demonstrate the stuff that you're learning is amazing. You could subscribe for his blog, functions as a service, AWS Lambda, and I love this. He's being active in his community, and this is by far, it's a lot of work to write a blog, but it's definitely worth the payoff. I know somebody else who just started making Python videos, Vahid, this guy who's also on our Slack, and he posts those videos on LinkedIn, and it's a great way to build authority in your niche as a developer. It's super important. And so I'm glad that John's doing it. And this is something that I have to come back to doing as well. John, like, you had like way more blogs than I do. Like, I wrote like 2 articles. It takes a lot of work. So my heart goes out to you. I love this demo here. I'm an experienced front-end developer who cares about the details. Nice, short, simple, right to the point. What you do, you care about details. Everybody cares about details. He does Photoshop to HTML. Amazing skill, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be doing. If you're a developer, you need to be able to take a mockup and transition it to HTML and CSS. He does SAS, Bootstrap. He's familiar with Materialize, able to use Adobe. His stack is JavaScript, PHP, and Laravel, which is amazing. That's a great stack. And again, I know I do React with JavaScript. He's doing PHP and Laravel. Some people do C#. All great stacks. You will get a job. Just don't try to do too many things at once. Very important. The blog is in WordPress. And you know what? That's amazing. You know who else has a blog in WordPress? Coding After 30 has a blog in WordPress, right? And so no shame. That's why I keep telling you guys, remember, you don't need to build everything from scratch. The whole point is for you guys to have a way to build authority as a developer. So here's my blog, very simple. Here, this is kind of like what John's doing. He's taking stuff, he's talking about what he's learning, he's showing some examples. Obviously, this is like my example, but I just want to show you that I'm not just telling you to do this stuff, I'm actually trying to do it myself. And thanks, John, for showing me that you're doing it better than I am, because you had plenty of nice blog articles. And so keep up with that. That's something we could all learn. He has a nice video here, and I like that. So let me check this out here. Let me do this. Let me first of all, let me go subscribe to your channel.
Section, the first section in the website, along with
and
the title.
This is another nice, great idea here. Let me go back here. So that's another thing. Doing, like, you don't have to do long videos, but doing explainer videos like this that showcase, you talked about your code and the project you built, is another way to show people that you're able to talk about the code that you are writing and talk about your project. Will show people that you actually know what you're doing. It's one thing to just have a portfolio, but if you do little explainer videos, and again, that's going above the call of duty, but I really think all of you guys should do it, because if you share this on LinkedIn, you talk about the project that you're building and talk about the details of code, maybe saying, hey, this is how I did it, this is why I did it, because of blah, 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 and you give good points, people are going to see that you know what's up. And like, not to take away from talk about John's blog. We're going to come back here in a second, but it's really important to kind of understand this kind of concept here. And I want to show you something here. So Vahid is one of our guys here. So he's a Django developer, HTML, CSS, like whatever. Look at this activity on his blog. He's literally posting articles like about showing his weather app. He's doing videos. He's talking about the stuff he's building. He's on LinkedIn. Potential employers will come here. They're going to see this. They're going to see that he's involved in what he does. They're going to be able to see his video and see him talk about the code, talk about the examples, talk about what he's doing. So that's amazing. And John, thank you for kind of doing this in your blog. And this idea of writing blogs, sharing them on LinkedIn. By the way, John, I'm going to have to like connect with you on LinkedIn as well. You know, being awesome. Under pressure here. I'll find it later. I'm not going to waste my time, but I'll connect with you on LinkedIn because it's awesome to have connections. So now we get to his portfolio. He's got his projects and fancy res. Let's see. This is with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP for the backend. This is using Google API, Bootstrap, and okay. So let's take a look here. So we have explore packages, reservations, menu, contact. And again, my internet is super slow, so I'm clicking stuff. I don't know if it's not loading because of my internet being slow or because it's those items don't exist yet. And like I said before, if you do have menu items, and again, I'm not sure if this is my computer, if you're going to have reservations menu item, make sure that people can go to reservations menu item. So we could explore packages, our food, order now. Okay, so now what I'm going to say here, looking back at this, I see that you're using PHP and JavaScript, but the functionality, it's not working for me. So I don't know if this is just a mock-up HTML and CSS. And in terms of like submitting an order now. So if you can't do that action, I would either say coming soon here or remove it altogether. So like I see that when I was clicking on the filter here, it's working. I'm assuming this is all rendered server side with PHP, and that's how you generate your HTML and CSS. So that's probably where it's coming from. So this works great, the feature works, but if you're gonna have order now, like either put coming soon, and it's kind of like what I talked about before, like if you're gonna have additional buttons, either exclude them, you know, or say coming soon, or be very clear about here. So I see this is restaurant template. Oh, wow, I like that. I like that sliding. Let me back up here. I have a weird mouse that's always breaking. So I like how this slides. I could scroll here. But anyway, let me come back here to this idea here. So this restaurant template allows visitors to view menu items in a dynamic fashion with the use of JavaScript. The menu is scrollable and can't be sorted by food. So yes, so that I get, right? So remove the stuff that doesn't work. So people only focus on the stuff that works, which is basically what you described, dynamically sorting through stuff. So I hope that makes sense. But that's what I would do, either add that functionality or remove it, because that way I don't have to try to guess, did John intended for it not to work, or is it broken? And that's, we want to get rid of that ambiguity. Hauser, let's see here, and I'm assuming this is using an API, get notified. So good, the form works. What I would do, I would add some validations here, not letting me add a blank form. So for instance, I didn't put anything in here. I click send. You should at least do a very simple check. If this is blank, don't let me send the form. Again, that's something that I would do. Here, you have like filtering here. Okay, right now, single family, state, Connecticut, city, West Hartford. I know I have very specific search. I know it's insane. West Hartford. Let me erase this extra stuff. Let's see baths. Let's do one bath. Let's do. Now, what I would say, John, for this, like, some of this is like self-explanatory, but I'm not sure. Is this for square footage? Is this the price? I see it's $1. What I would do is maybe put like what these fields stand for. So this is okay. I see it. It's in the description. Never mind. The bath's okay for this max amount. So this is so it's not too bad. It's not bad. Forget what I said. Whatever. Let's do Connecticut prices are retarded. Search. Great. So it goes to the listing. It's like so. It has an internal server error, and I don't know if it's because the data I provided is stupid or something crashed. So what I would do is I would add like a test address that you could place here, that when I click search it works. So I'm not sure, maybe like the way you're handling it, maybe your PHP like you're using Google for this, so that Google should work. Something's happened with the API. Maybe when I hit send, it's not passing the proper data. So look into that, check it out, get it fixed. But so far it seems like it's working. It's just hitting an error. So that's nice. Let's kind of come back here. And ticket tracker. Same thing as before, like I could register probably, but what I would do is I would do a like a pre-made user, like so somebody doesn't have to go through this process of registering, but like let me give it a try, see if it works. But get a like a fake user, like put a message here so people could just use it to register. Oh wow, nice, that works. So great, just add a test user so it's easier for people testing the app to jump in. Nice, it has my information. This is the person who made it. Wonderful picture. We'll go to add a new ticket. You got some pre-filled stuff here. Submit. Nice. You're doing some validation here. Fantastic. So test. Phone number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So notice that like people are gonna go through. Beautiful. Look at that. That works. I'm able to add stuff. I could see more detail, and that's the most important part. When you're building something, it's got to have the functionality of what this is. Now I see other tickets here by other people. Nice, fantastic. So I'm assuming that all the users are part of this organization, and they see everybody else's tickets. So that's nice. I could log out. It logs out. Fantastic. So you're off to a great start. Let's Vikings Barbershop, and my internet is super slow. Okay. And nice, this is a booking, appointment, calendar, and you get all the information. I'm not gonna go completely through this because I'm assuming this is an actual website where I could book a appointment. So I'm not gonna book an appointment because I don't want to book an appointment and not show up. So John, you're doing a great job. You're definitely on the right track. Keep it up. You have your LinkedIn. You have your GitHub. Very nice. I'm going to more connect, send. I'm too lazy to write a note. I like your LinkedIn profile. You're currently working as a web specialist. You work web development. Yeah, fantastic. The most important part is I'm like, this is your experience. Let's see here. Yep, nice. And dude, you're on the right track. Keep it up. Really looking good. And keep us posted on your progress. Your portfolio looks nice. We have your resume, and your layout looks nice. And by the way, guys, this is a great example of a great resume. And I right away could tell you it's a great resume because I see bullet points. He talks about the specific things he did. If your resume doesn't have bullet points, the people are gonna not even read it. It's harsh. My old resume was garbage. Let me show it to you guys before I rewrote it. So this was my old resume, and believe it or not, it has similar information that I have on my new resume, but this is garbage. This is not very descriptive. It makes no sense the way people follow it. It is stupid. If you look at John's resume, wherever I put it. It looks good. It looks good. I probably forgot where I put it. Let me go back to his website here. Okay, I must have accidentally exited. But basically, his resume had bullet points. This is the most important part. And so let me show you my new resume. And guys, I'm going to share a secret with you guys. I'm all about templates. So I basically bought a template. Not going to lie to you guys because there's no shame of lying. This was very similar template to what I did, right? But that's not my resume. I just want to show you that. Don't be like, oh my God, Paul's so smart. He made this amazing resume. No, here's my resume. I just followed a template. And look how very similar to John's resume. It's very clean. And don't be shy. Spend some like 20 bucks, 30 bucks, buy a good template or find a template or copy my template for free, like just off the screen. But look how easy it is to read here. And John's resume is very similar to this one. If your resume doesn't have bullet points, you're failing. If your resume looks like my old one, you know, like this nonsense here, this resume, guess how many job opportunities it got me? It got me 0 jobs. 0 jobs, zero jobs. This resume, my other resume that I have, basically has the same information that I wrote. And it's getting me people, like I had recruiters look at this. I had people that were hiring me look at this and they're like, yeah, your resume is legit. It's awesome. And guess what? I don't have my college education here at all because I didn't go to college. I mean, I dropped out of college. I flunked out. So, John, your resume looks phenomenal. And so we went the extra mile. We talked to John. John, I really appreciate you sharing that with us. It is amazing. And I appreciate you just showing us the stuff and keep us posted. Thanks for, I just saw you pinging me on LinkedIn. Thanks for connecting and awesome job. So guys, we went the extra mile. If you like these resume reviews, I will do it next show too. Perfectly fine because I think we get a lot from it. And most importantly, guys, like I want to make sure that I give you the value, the thing that helps you guys get the job that you want. But with that being said, guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love all of you guys. You have no idea. I'm some dude on the internet and you are the community that makes everything worth it. So let me go ahead and share our Discord link one more time. So if you want to jump in and hit Discord with us, I'm gonna like put it in the chat here before I go and jump in. Like I'm kind of still busy like at work, so I try my best to be there as much as possible. So please forgive me if I'm not there all the time. I am there when I can, but you guys could chat with each other, help a brother out by keeping the community going. And John, you're gonna get there. You're on the right track. So keep it up. We'll join us on Discord. We could talk more. I do people that have a portfolio, people that need help. Like I do it for free, so my time is very limited. But you could send me a private message on Discord. I could schedule a call with you guys and help you guys make a plan to help you go to where you need to go. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much. You guys, what make this community. And let me put the link here in the description for our Discord. Go join. And I already put it in the description. But guys, so much love to you guys. Thanks so much. And with that being said, have a great rest of the weekend. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, if you're not coding, what are you doing? Go code, build stuff. And until next time, I see you guys next time. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to start doing a new Project Party Tuesday. I said it was going to be at 6 or 7, so keep an eye out. I think I might do it at 7 because it seems like a better time for everybody. But it's going to be where we talk about actual coding stuff, the projects, the difficulties I have, and helping everybody to start thinking about this idea of building a big, massive cornerstone project that should help you get the job. Anyway, with that being said, guys, lots of love. See you guys later. Lights out. It's not dark enough. Alexa, turn off the lights. Or Alexa, good night. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep live on the light. Wouldn't that be funny? Alexa, good night. Wouldn't it be funny if I just take a nap on live stream for additional 3 hours of watch time? Just imagine that's the whole stream. For like an additional 3 hours. I wonder how much revenue I would make. But anyway, guys, thanks again for everything. Glad you guys like these reviews. Have a good night. Paul out. Finally out. Good night, guys. I just have to find the button to stop the stream. Did the stream stop? Where's the button? Edit, stop stream, finish.